Compromise. It's a word we hear often, but how many of us truly understand its depth? When should we compromise? And when should we stand firm? Today, we're diving into the delicate art of compromise, and we'll explore how Stoicism can guide us to balance emotion and reason in our decision-making. In relationships, work, and even within ourselves, we are often faced with the need to compromise. But compromise isn't about giving up who you are. It's about finding harmony, a space where two seemingly opposing forces can coexist without conflict. But how can we do this while staying true to our core values? Compromise comes from the Latin word compromissum, meaning mutual promise. It's a promise between two sides to meet somewhere in the middle. But in the heat of conflict, it can feel like we're losing something. We think, if I give in, I'm weak. If I stand firm, I'll alienate the other person. Here's where the wisdom of Stoicism comes into play. A Stoic teaches us that our peace lies within, not in external situations. Compromise, from a Stoic perspective, isn't a loss. It's a tool for maintaining your inner tranquility. Life presents us with countless decisions, some that require flexibility, and others where we must hold our ground. How do we know when to compromise and when to be immovable? Here's the first key. Compromise on the inessential, but never on your principles. Marcus Aurelius tells us, if something is neither good nor bad, it's indifferent. Think about that for a moment. Some things in life are indifferent, whether it's where we eat tonight or what color we paint the living room. But values, integrity, and self-respect, these are sacred. In these indifferent matters, compromise can be an act of kindness, showing empathy for the other person's needs. It's not about winning, it's about connecting. But what happens when emotions get involved? When pride, ego, and fear make us resist compromise? It's natural to feel that giving in is a sign of weakness. The ego tells us, don't back down. But this is precisely where the Stoic mindset becomes invaluable. Seneca reminds us that anger clouds our judgment, and pride can make us blind to the bigger picture. When emotions run high, compromise feels like a battle. But what if we saw compromise not as surrender, but as a choice, a deliberate action rooted in wisdom? When we're emotionally charged, Stoicism encourages us to pause, reflect, and ask ourselves, is this worth my peace? More often than not, the answer is no. Some people view compromise as a form of defeat. They think it means backing down or losing control. But here's a truth you might not have considered. Compromise, when done right, is a sign of strength. It takes emotional intelligence to know when to give and when to stand firm. The Stoics were never about brute force or rigid willpower. They were about wisdom, choosing battles wisely, finding peace within, and knowing that bending doesn't mean breaking. It's about having the strength to preserve the things that matter most: your peace, your principles, and your relationships. Now let's get practical. How do we apply Stoicism to our daily compromises? Here are 3 Stoic-inspired tips. Tip 1. Detach from the outcome. Epictetus tells us that while we can control our actions, we can't control the outcome. Before you enter any negotiation or conversation, let go of the need to win. Focus on the process, not the result. Tip 2. Check your ego. Whenever you feel resistant to compromise, ask yourself, is this my ego speaking or my rational mind? Pride can trick us into thinking everything is a battle, but the wise know when to let go. Tip 3. Remember the bigger picture. In moments of conflict, zoom out. Think about what truly matters in the long run. Is this disagreement worth sacrificing a relationship, your peace, or your happiness? Often it's not. Compromise isn't about losing. It's about harmonizing. It's about knowing when to bend so you don't break, and when to stand firm so you don't falter. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." So let your thoughts be those of balance, peace, and wisdom. And remember, compromise is not a weakness. It's the mark of a mind that seeks harmony with itself and with others. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Stoic insights. Until next time, practice compromise with grace, and may you find peace in every decision you make.